Using the quoting engine from either an agent's personal agent page or from your website, enter the zip code. If the zip code is only associated with one county, the county will auto-populate. If the zip code is associated with multiple counties, a county will need to be selected. Enter the primary applicant's date of birth, select the gender, and select the tobacco use answer. If no additional dependents need to be added, click Instant Quote. If additional dependents need to be added, click the plus symbol to display the fields to enter those additional dependents. After any additional dependents have been entered, click Instant Quote. The plan preview page displays. In the upper left corner, the page displays how many plans are available for the zip code and county that were entered. If there are more than 30 plans available, the screen displays the first 30 plans. If additional plans need to be viewed, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and click See More Plans to display the next 30 options or the remaining plans if less than 30 plans remain. On the left of the screen are some filtering options. The first section on the left is Who Needs Coverage. This area will display the age, gender, and tobacco use for any individuals that were entered in the beginning of the quoting process. If the client decides that additional dependents need to be added or removed, click the Edit option to add or remove additional dependents now. The next section is Reduce My Cost. Enter the household size in the appropriate field. Enter the annual income in the appropriate field. The system will redisplay the plans with an estimated APTC and adjust plan premiums based on the estimated APTC. On the left, there will now be a blue section that outlines the estimated APTC. The next section is the estimated tax credit details. After reviewing the plans, when the desired plan is identified, click Select on the desired plan. The Compare Plan screen displays some additional plan detail information. If the client decides to purchase this plan, click Checkout. The Entering Secure Area screen displays. The client is prompted to please log in to continue or don't have an account. If this client has already saved a quote, comparison, or started a previous application, they will click Login Now. The Enter Your Username and Password screen displays. Enter the created username and password and click Login to proceed to the new application. If this client has never created or saved a quote, comparison, or started an application, they will need to click Create an Account. Enter a personal choice for the username and password fields. Re-enter the selected password. The list of requirements for creating these credentials displays while the information is being entered. As each requirement is met, it will display a green check mark next to that requirement. Enter a valid email address. Enter the first name, last name, and valid phone number. Note, this email address and phone number will be attached to the client's record as their contact information. Click Create Account. Important: if the Create Account button is not enabled, go back and review the information entered for the username and password to verify that all requirements were met and all display a green check mark. Make any needed corrections and the Create Account button will now be enabled. The client record has been created and the application has been attached to their client record. The application displays on the first step Client Demographics. Some of the required information has been pre-populated based on the information entered either during the beginning of the quote or during the client creation step. Any additional required information not pre-populated must be filled in to proceed. Click Next. The next screen displays the link to healthcare.gov and the steps already taken in the beginning of the application process, as well as the steps that will be taken during the application process on healthcare.gov. Important: At the bottom of the page, the information for the agent broker that is assisting you is displayed, including their name and NPN. Please write the NPN number down so that you can enter it later during the subsidy application process. Click Continue Application on healthcare.gov. The login screen displays. If this client has previously been to healthcare.gov and created a username and password and gone through the identity verification process, enter the username and password and click Login. If this client is new to healthcare.gov and has not previously created a username and password and gone through the identity verification process, click Create One Now. The Create an Account screen displays. Enter the first name, last name, and valid email address. Important, this email address will be used to verify the consumer's identity, so it must be an email address they can access. Also, this email address will be used as their username. Note, the statement below the email address is checked by default. If the consumer does not want to receive new updates at this email address, they need to uncheck that statement. Enter the desired password, then re-enter the same password. Important, the password must meet healthcare.gov's requirements: 8 to 20 characters, upper and lowercase letters, and numbers. Select and answer the 3 security questions. Check the healthcare.gov privacy policy statement, then click Create Account. The Check Your Email section displays advising that healthcare.gov has sent an email to the email address entered during the account creation process. This section also advised to open your email and to log in to healthcare.gov using the username listed. This is the email address entered during the account creation process and the email address where healthcare.gov sent your email to validate your identity. View the email sent from healthcare.gov. Click on the link inside the email. You will be directed back to healthcare.gov and a success screen will display. This process completes the consumer's account creation on healthcare.gov. Click Continue. The login screen displays. Enter the username, email address, and password created during the account creation process. Click Login. The What Would You Like to Do screen displays. To start a new application, select the appropriate year and state, then click Apply or Renew. Click Next. Verify your name is spelled correctly. Enter the phone number, date of birth, address, then click Continue. The system will then load a series of questions that must be answered to complete the identity verification process. Select the appropriate response. Scroll down to make sure no questions are left unanswered. Click Verify My Identity. The Your Identity Has Been Verified screen displays. Read and review the information displayed, then click the I Agree disclaimer. Click Take Me to the application. Select either single or married. Select how many dependents will be claimed on your tax return. Select whether you estimate the client will make more than or less than $49,000. Click Continue. The question about people applying for coverage displays. Answer each of these questions as they pertain to the client's family dynamics. Click Continue. Click Next. Click Next again. Click I Agree disclaimer. Click Save and Continue. The contact information screen displays with the information entered during the account creation process. Select if the address displayed is the home address. Select if the mailing address is the home address. Select if the displayed phone number is the preferred phone number. Select whether to receive notices at the email address setup or paper notices delivered in the mail, then click Save and Continue. Verify the home address, then click Continue. The Help Applying for Coverage screen displays. If an agent or broker is helping you, please select that option and enter their NPN number provided to you. If you do not remember the NPN number, please take a brief moment to contact your agent and obtain this number. Select and answer one additional security question, then click Save and Continue. Note, this will be used if the agent broker needs to contact healthcare.gov in the future to assist with your application. The Help Paying for Coverage screen displays. Select the first option if you want to see if you qualify for a tax credit, then click Save and Continue. Who needs coverage? Select the appropriate option for your family dynamics. Primary applicant only, primary and other family members, or other family members, but not the primary, then click Save and Continue. Review the people selected that are applying for health coverage. Make any needed edits, then click Save and Continue. Family and Household section displays. Click Next, click OK. Select the primary applicant's gender. Click Save and Continue. Enter the primary applicant's Social Security number if desired. This is an optional entry. Answer yes or no to the Social Security card question, then click Save and Continue. If no Social Security number was entered, click Continue without Social Security number to proceed without the Social Security number, or click Back to go back and enter the Social Security number. Race/ethnicity. Either select the appropriate selection or click Save and Continue to proceed without selecting an option. The next three questions are about the household. The answers for these questions are optional, but these are the questions that help determine if an applicant might qualify for another program such as CHIP or Medicaid. Answer each of these questions and click Save and Continue. Answer the American Indian or Alaska Native question and click Save and Continue. Answer the foster care questions and click Save and Continue. The next section is a summary review of the information entered in the previous sections. Review and make any necessary edits at this time. After any edits are made, or if no edits are needed, click Save and Continue. The next section is about income. Click Back to Income. Answer yes or no for income, then click Save and Continue. If you answered yes to the income question, select the type of income to add. If you select Job, enter the name of the employer. Enter the income amount. Select the frequency of income, then click Save. Review the information, make any necessary edits, then click Save and Continue. Make the appropriate selection if the primary applicant pays for any of the identified deductions, then click Save and Continue. Verify the income amount entered, click Save and Continue. Review the income information, make any needed edits, click Save and Continue. Review the income summary, click Save and Continue. The additional information screen displays with a list of items you may need. Click Next. Answer the questions pertaining to enrolled in health coverage. Click Save and Continue. Answer the eligible for health coverage COBRA questions. Click Save and Continue. Answer the question about being eligible for health coverage or COBRA from another person. Click Save and Continue. If you entered income from an employer, the Tell Us More About the Employer You Identified will display. All fields on this screen are optional, with the exception of the phone number. Enter the employer phone number, click Save and Continue. The next several questions are optional. You can answer each question or click Save and Continue to skip. You have now reached the Review and Sign portion of the application. Click Next. Please review the information you have entered into your application. Make any necessary edits. Click Save and Continue. Read and answer each of the next 3 statements. Click Save and Continue. The Sign and Submit screen displays. Read the statement and select the answer. Sign the applicant's name and click Submit Application. The eligibility results screen displays. Scroll to the bottom of the screen and click View Eligibility Results PDF. We recommend that you either print and save or download and save the actual eligibility results letter. Please review the eligibility letter. It contains the actual eligibility results for each person included on the application wanting coverage and applying for a tax credit. Close the eligibility letter, scroll down and click Return to Enrollment website. The consumer is redirected back to the eBroker software for final plan selection. The demographic information for all eligibility applicants will display. Any applicants that have been removed will also be identified as being removed by healthcare.gov and not included in the application. Review the APTC and CSR information. Make the tobacco use selection and click View Plan. The original plan that was selected during the quoting process displays. If the applicant is happy with the original plan, click Checkout to proceed. If the consumer would like to view other available plans, click here to see other available plans. The list of plans available for their area will display. Click on the plan name to view that plan. The selected plan will display. Click Checkout to proceed with this new plan if desired. If this is not the plan the applicant wants, select the displayed plan to return the plan to the list of plans. If the applicant decides to keep the original selected plan, scroll to the top of the screen and click Checkout on the original displayed plan. Enter the applicant's name in the signature field. The system populates the current date field. Click Submit. Occasionally, due to the fact that healthcare.gov rounds their raw premium values to the nearest whole dollar, there may be a message that displays about the raw premium value being incorrect. The raw premium value will be updated with the actual raw premium value defined by the carrier, and the final individual responsibility will be identified. Occasionally, due to the fact that the actual subsidy may change during the application process, there may be a message that will display stating that the original subsidy amount of XXXXX was incorrect. The correct subsidy amount will be identified, and the final individual responsibility will be identified. Occasionally, due to the fact that the individual responsibility may change during the application process, there may be a message that will display stating that the individual responsibility was incorrect. The correct individual responsibility will be identified. Enter the applicant's name in the signature field again and click Accept Changes to complete the application. The application submitted successfully screen displays. This is your confirmation that the application has successfully been accepted by CMS.